All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sooner or Later podcast. I'm your host, Joey, and this week we suffered through Joker 2. Let's get into
the
it,
full
boys.
name, dude.
Oh, Joker Folie à Deux. Yeah, that's how I felt watching this fucking steaming pile, dude.
My big gripe with this movie is
Let's hear it, dude.
it was marketed as a musical, right? I think.
No, it wasn't. Todd Phillips said that it wasn't a musical, but it is a musical, and we're gonna get to that. Go ahead.
And I think it teased us a little bit in the beginning. The first number, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a musical," and then it didn't do that anymore. The whole bit, or it was like a whole thing that he did, a whole performance he put on.
Eric, did you stick around for the rest of the movie, dude?
No, I didn't. I walked out after that scene. My dad was calling me. I had to leave.
They did it 8 times. They did it a lot.
I don't know.
I get what he's saying, though. He's saying he's saying even when they sung, they kind of just sang songs versus it's well, also too, this movie doesn't really have a plot or a story. So when he's doing the chorus stuff, it's they're only singing this moment not because it's a musical, because they're in an area where of course you're gonna sing. We're all in this room, in a music room, singing. It doesn't really feel like a musical, because in almost any movie, if anybody was in that room, they would sing. Why? Because that's what you do in a music room. You sing.
And then also, I had egregious problems with them not using literally an EGOT. Literally, she won Oscars for the last musical thing she was in. Dude, they barely used Lady Gaga, man.
I don't know if we saw the same movie, Eric. So far, all of your gripes, I'm I don't agree with at all.
She's in the movie for 33 minutes. So, how long's the movie?
2 hours.
2 hours.
So 1/3.
But it's not called Harley Quinn. We saw the Harley Quinn movie. She was in that movie the whole time. Better Harley Quinn, if you ask me. But it's still a Joker story. It still is very much Joker forward. I think Harley Quinn, as the character Harley Quinn, was in it as much as she should have been, which is about a third or a fourth of it, right? Some of it, but not all of it, because then it would have been too much about her. It's still about this dude who is not the Joker, and we're gonna get to that a little bit later. It's about this Arthur Fleck dude and him kind of dealing with the things, the consequences for the actions that he made the last movie. But I was watching New Rockstars because I was I dislike this movie to the point of I'm just gonna watch something about it. So the structure of the movie takes from the structure of the musical Chicago, which is a little more musically than this one is, but it does the same things. It's almost like a carbon copy of Chicago, right? Which tells the same thing. It's the story of a woman who is in jail because she murdered her husband, and it's just that, and she gets famous or whatever. But the musical numbers in this are pretty good. They were my favorite part. They didn't fit with the movie at all. I think they were totally from a different film, but I thought they were really good. And the one original song that they did, the one where they're dancing on top of Arkham, was really good. It was awesome. But it almost wasn't enough. They should have gone full bore into the musical.
My thing is,
they should have gone full bore.
If you're gonna do this, Moulin Rouge, where you do modern music,
no, this is not modern. All of the songs are from the 70s.
Okay, but it's not
original.
Sure, but I guess it's not original music, is what I mean then.
Okay,
because in Moulin Rouge, it's songs that are not it's radio music in the movie.
They're doing covers essentially.
In Moulin Rouge?
Yeah, they don't. It's all it's songs. It's not original songs for the movie.
Yeah.
So that's called a jukebox musical, is what it's called.
Yeah. So but those songs kind of fit a lot of the story they were telling and helped move it forward. Some of these songs were kind of just songs for the sake of having a song.
It's just love songs, yeah. He just wanted to sing about how he's in love, and that's about it.
So at least in Moulin Rouge, the music they have is is pushing the story forward. Yeah, and it's like narratively makes sense,
like a Mamma Mia, if you will, because Mamma Mia is a jukebox. Yeah, both of them really is a jukebox musical, all based off of ABBA songs, right? But they tell a story using the ABBA songs.
Yeah, whereas have I seen a jukebox musical? I don't think so.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Have you ever seen Moulin Rouge
or La La Land had all original stuff.
Wait, what?
I mean, most musicals have original music, like
La La Land, right?
La La Land was all original, yeah.
I was thinking they should have gone full La La Land with this, man.
There was one scene where it looked like La La
dancing.
Land. No, that would have been. Go ahead, James.
I just don't get why they didn't just make it a straight up musical. Like, you have Lady Gaga in there, so you want her to sing, but also too, Lady Gaga's a good enough actress where you didn't have to have her, like, they just wanted her to sing, because they could have made a movie that didn't have musicals. Like, let her act.
You're telling me she had like no creative like input in this? And was like, hey, let's.
So she did. Her and Joaquin Phoenix apparently had a ton of creative input.
Fucking Joaquin, dude.
And Todd Phillips. That's why Todd Phillips is like not hot on the movie or whatever. It's because they had too much input, I think, is what's been being described. So like, that's why he's like, it's not a musical. No, it's not a musical. Trust me. And everything else is like, yeah, but it's kind of a musical, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's been pushing that forever.
Yeah.
Is it true that they didn't show this to a test audience, or is that some like online?
That's
what I've read. That's what I've read, that they didn't show this to a single test audience. Which, you know what?
Okay.
Good on you, WB. You trusted it. You trusted the system. Should you have? I don't know, but you did it.
I mean, it opened with 40 million.
They're saying this is going to open as low as Morbius.
Yeah, it's word of mouth.
200 million budget.
Yeah, this movie's gonna lose so much money. It's word of mouth before the movie came out. Like, people already were iffy on it before even anybody said anything.
Yeah.
The first reviews came out and were bad, and it just killed this movie. Like, they should have had some embargo that didn't lift until honestly Saturday.
Yeah, the day it came out. Yeah,
Sunday night.
They needed that Thursday and Friday. Like, because I think it made $8 million. It's like pre-thing.
But I don't know anybody who thought this movie was going to be good. I didn't see anything online where somebody was like, Joker Folie à Deux is going to slap, you know? Like,
no,
nothing. I didn't think so either. Because I was at the card shop. I was like, yeah, I'm just waiting to, I'm going to watch a movie. And they're like, oh, what are you watching? I'm gonna go Joker 2, and like both of them we laughed, and I was like,
"Top!"
I was like, "Yeah, I know, it's probably gonna suck, but I'm gonna see it because of Lady Gaga."
Yeah, you should have plugged the pod. You should have whipped out your card and been like, "Hey, well."
But they were like, "Why making a musical? It's so dumb."
I don't think it's dumb though.
I don't think it's dumb. No,
because like it could have been creative. It could have been different. It could have been like a spin that's refreshing. And it just wasn't, because it felt disconjointed.
So the thing is, that's what originally had people being like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch it," because
that's
like
what had me wanting to watch it. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, the issue though is people do expect it to be a Harley Joker movie because the way they promote it.
I mean,
like, it is. You're getting. And then even the thing, what they do all the time, there's scenes in the trailer with Harley that are not in the movie, and people are like, "What's the point?" Like,
truly, what is the point?
Yeah,
maybe she was supposed to have like 45 minutes of screen time, and they would like cut it out. Todd Phillips was like, "No, get her out of here.
Get out of my film."
There
was two.
Let's spoil. We're 9 minutes in. I say we get into spoilers. This is going to be a 20-minute discussion because I think we're all three pretty cold to lukewarm on the film.
Yeah.
So
I just think it's boring.
It's boring. There's so many boring parts of this movie. I almost fell asleep at one point. I had to down my drink just to stay up. I was like, I'm so tired.
There was only 2 moments where I was like, literally, like, I couldn't like say any words. It was one when the whole courthouse blew up.
Bro, I loved
I was like, what's going on?
I loved that scene. Go ahead.
And then
that was the most like the first movie.
No, I think something else was the most like the first movie, but we're gonna get there.
And then the other bit was when Lady Gaga was visited his cell. Harley Quinn or Lee Quinzel.
I hated that sex scene. We're gonna talk about it. That sex scene was trash.
It was funny to me.
I was just like,
I laughed out loud. I went, what?
Yeah. But it's not supposed to be funny.
Not supposed to be funny.
Another bit
Nope.
was when she's like, I'm pregnant. Dude, me and this other guy busted out laughing.
Yeah.
Dude, I laughed when he was... I'm going to explain it exactly how I explained it to Alex, because I was like, girl, I got to spoil this movie for you, because if I don't talk to you about it, I'm going to go ape shit. She pulls her skirt up. I don't think she was wearing underwear. I didn't see her pull the underwear down. He pulls his dirty, nasty jail underwear off of his probably deformed penis, pulls it down, and he pushes his genitalia up against hers. He looks her in the eyes and goes, "Can you put it in?"
That was so funny. I loved
She
it.
does.
I laughed out loud. No, but she doesn't do it silently. She goes, "Yeah." And
She's like, yeah, I could do that for you or something.
yeah, she responds audibly.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest shit. It's so weird.
It's because you know why, dude? They forgot to yell cut during that scene.
But honestly, though, for his character, I thought it made sense.
So, I mean, when I was explaining it to Alex, I said, look, I get it. He's never had a girlfriend. I get it.
Yeah.
But I don't have to see it. What did that do for me on a storytelling level that I needed to see him mash his genitalia up against hers? It was useless. And look,
but
I'm not...
They circle back to it, though. Like, I think that's the thing.
But you can do something tasteful. You know, you can do something tasteful where, like, they lay down in the bed and it zooms out of the peephole on the jail cell. Something like that, right? And I'm not some Gen Z dude who's like, sex scenes in movies are weird and always unnecessary. I love a good sex scene. Sex is something so purely animalistically human. I mean, not even that, but like, it's a human thing that people do. Like, sex is a thing. And if it moves the story along, I'm here for it. The sex scenes in Oppenheimer, I was here for it. They did something with the story, right? This was just mash.
Dude, it could have been worse though, Joey. It could have been way worse, because in Napoleon, Joaquin's sex scenes in that.
Is it weird?
Awful, dude.
He's a weird sex scener.
He's a weird sex scener?
The thing, though, with like this scene and a few other scenes, though, I wondered if the decision creatively is this as us as an audience, are we supposed to know if this is like really happening stuff or is it in his head?
So, the sex scene was in his head, for sure, because like she gets special treatment, but like she would have never gotten special, right?
Not that special treatment,
but she would have never gotten special treatment into the E-wing or whatever. Never. Like, that thing would have been so locked down, and like I think that was all in his head, and like maybe the pregnant thing was also in his head. Like, her saying I'm pregnant is the only thing that kind of leads me to like it not being in his head, but like
because in the end, when he like says it, she gives a like, but then it boils down to
she doesn't say anything. She just ignores the point. She just walks away.
But like the way she is almost just like it's not true. Like, it never happened. Like, you know, what are you talking about? But then it's like, I don't know if they wanted to have her like a woman empowerment thing where she's like the abuser to him versus him being the abuser to her.
Nah.
But like, that was a weird spin too, where I'm just like, okay, was she manipulating him this whole time? But then like, what part is in his head? I mean, she 100% was, yes.
Yeah.
But
fucking women.
But like, what is he honestly? Yeah, right. But like,
the views of Joey.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Like,
just weird.
And it's like it's cool to be weird, but like it's like not.
Hey, we love weird. We love weird. But this ain't the good weird. It could have been a good weird. It could have been a good weird. And like,
I think it could have.
So like, I'm going to talk about a part that I liked. The part where he broke out into the musical when he was wearing his full Joker 1 outfit, the red suit and everything, and he kills Harvey Dent and the judge. That shit hit. Oh, dude, I loved it. The way that it was like brutal and like you could see him hitting them. They didn't cut from it or anything. Like, you saw him hitting Harvey. You saw him smash the judge's head in. Yeah, that shit was brutal. I loved it. I was like, now this is some Joker shit. Like, this is the Joker.
I love the way he looks. I love the aesthetic of like his Joker.
I hate it. It's like, probably one of the better parts.
Yeah, I like it though. Like, I legitimately, like, if I look at like the on-screen Jokers, to me, It just looks the best.
It's better than Heath Ledger's.
Yeah.
You like it better than Jack Nicholson's?
No, but I'm also better than what's the weird dude?
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Wait, everything's better than Jared Leto though.
For sure. Yeah,
that's a low bar.
Like, I'm not comparing it to like the comic books or the animated stuff. I'm saying like if I look at this and I'm like, which one do I think I just like visually is the most pleasing to me as a Joker look? It's his look.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like the execution of everything is a whole nother story, but like the aesthetic of it, I think is cool. And honestly, the courtroom stuff I think is good. I think they could have made this just a court procedural show, like movie.
The trial stuff.
Yeah, like they could have just made that movie.
And skipped all the musical stuff.
No, I think just this raw, no musical, just in the courtroom, it would have been a long 2 hours. It already was. The movie would have been 2 hours. There's no way to make 2 hours. Yeah,
you would have had to have him break out or something, and the trial happens at the third act, like type something like that. He would have to be like in prison, breakout trial.
Eric, what do you like? What's the one thing you like about this movie?
The opening was cool. I was like, oh, snaps.
That animation was straight fire.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. That was interesting.
I didn't. I was like, oh, when it opened up with the OG Warner Brothers logo.
And the Merry Melodies theme song or whatever. Yeah.
I was like, something's going down.
Yeah. It was hot. They also made that Joker sexy as hell. He was sexy in that animated version. And then they cut to Arthur Fleck, and I'm like, yo, yuck. He's ugly, dude. He's nasty looking.
He, Christian Bale'd it, dude. You can see his whole shoulder blades.
Again.
Yeah. I mean, though, from movie to movie, though, it's canonically looks good. Like, I don't feel like this is a different character,
For
you know?
sure. Yeah.
But like, I do think there's a great scene in the movie, though. Like, when his friend, right? Obviously, when they mash.
Oh, I know what you're gonna talk about.
When he doesn't kill, what's his name? Puddles, like Gary? Mr. Puddles.
Yeah.
I don't know what his first name is. I forgot already.
Gary Puddle.
But when he talks to him about like him being scared and not working and everything, the acting in that whole scene in general is great.
Minus him doing the Foghorn Leghorn voice. Yes.
Brother, that took me out so much. Just Louisiana fucking oh my god.
Bunkin' lawyer.
Yeah. See, it's like, but then after he's just like, I said like the whole I said no more questions and stuff like that, and then like the raw like emotion.
I don't know.
I think it's a great scene.
But he went, I said no questions now.
Yeah, that just took me out so bad.
But I think Puddles. I explained this scene explicitly to Alex as well. That scene, if that was the whole movie, where there is the dichotomy between like him like disassociating and like other real people being like, no, bro, what you did was bad and you need to wrestle with what was bad about it, could have been fantastic. That was like the seeds of what could have been for this movie, and everything around it was just nothing but Martian dirt, and there was no Matt Damon to grow potatoes out of it.
So like if we could have extended that and we could have got more like, you know, Zazie, like I think it's her name, right?
Yeah, Zazie Beetz.
Zazie.
Yeah. Like we could do something with this, because you see him even when she's saying like what actually happened, and you see him like losing it. Like that's the stuff that's good from the first movie. Like that stuff that in this movie was like, that's kind of what the whole first movie was, but we only got in little sections here because when they went there, it was good. Like it's like, oh, this is good. But my thing is, you can't save a movie with 5 minutes. Like that's the only issue. Like that was like 5 minutes of the movie. The rest of it is not very good.
Did you guys like the interview between him and like the dude that interviewed him in the
I did like it. I thought it was good.
I thought it was fine. It didn't move the needle for me though either way. It was like one of those things where I was like, oh, okay, I understand what they're doing. It fits the narrative, but like I didn't really care one way or the other. Like there's just a lot of scenes where I'm like, hey, if they took this scene out, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah. But there's also a decent amount of scenes where I'm like, if they took it out, the movie might have been better. Like that's why it's kind of like, you know, mess? Below mid. Yeah. Well, it is a mess. Like it don't make no sense.
So we're at 20 minutes. So I want to talk about what some have said is the most controversial scene in the movie. And it's the very end scene where Arthur is walking to go see a visitor, and gets stabbed up crazy.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were talking about the other scene.
Which one?
Where they take him to the back?
In the bathroom? Like where they beat him up?
I don't think that one is controversial. I haven't heard anything about it.
Oh, no, people are saying like, oh, the whole thing online right now is like, oh, how to stop the Joker from being the Joker, sexually assault him.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, because they sexually assault him there.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That's why his pants are like falling down, Eric. Is because
and then he says like take off
him.
his undergarment.
Right.
But then when he comes back, he has like his clothes kind of on.
Right.
Mm.
So I've not been seeing that. I've been seeing more people upset at the fact that
But that is a big thing, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I kind of shut that one out of my mind. I was like, I don't need to see this. I don't ever want to see this ever again. But yeah,
this was unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean,
just the whole shanking. It was because it was so brutal. They're saying
no. They're saying it's controversial because they almost imply that the guy who shanked him is Heath Ledger's Joker.
Because he does the cuts on the face.
He gives himself the Glasgow smile, which is what Heath Ledger's Joker is the only Joker that has that one. And so, I mean, I did like that we saw the birth of the Joker, though. Like that guy is very obviously the Joker. This Arthur Fleck fella who we've been following, not the Joker.
I mean, yeah, that's how I thought of it. I didn't think it was specifically Heath. Like, sure, he did the smile thing, but like any Joker could do that in my eyes.
Like, even if he is,
what's it matter?
So what?
Right?
Like,
yeah.
Like that's my issue with it. Like, they can come out tomorrow and say that is or it isn't. It doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't change the Dark Knight because he's still crazy as hell in it. You know.
Yeah, and I just don't. My thing is like because. Whether they're saying like, oh no, Arthur is or isn't the Joker, and this is just like the Joker isn't a person, it's like an idea. And he's the next person to take over the persona. So what?
Yeah. Because
like
it shouldn't change anything. Like
all the rest of the movie, the other 2 hours.
Trash.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Like what you could have done that and had a totally different movie because that ended. What we walked through to get to there could have been almost anything.
Could have.
Like,
could have been
why
anything.
did I watch that to get to that? You could have made that could have been honestly, they could have been in court the whole time. And same thing could have happened. No music.
The stabbing scene.
He could have been on the stairs the whole time.
Yeah, he kicking. Yeah. Can we talk about how stupid his little lean back is? Dude, I was about ready to put a fucking hole in the wall every time he went.
Cringe. It was so cringe to me.
Oh, I'm the Joker, baby. I hate it.
Can we talk about how this movie promotes smoking?
Dude, nobody's ever looked cooler though.
Dude, my man got the cigs though.
Hey, all he had to do was tell a joke.
That cig is fire.
Yeah.
And then how do you feel about Brendan Gleeson, dude? He's my boy, dude. I don't care what no one says.
I love that he's a scumfuck bastard and everything.
I mean, I was about him until he SA'd him. Then I'm like, yeah.
Hey, but he did it better than anybody.
He did, dude. He stopped the Joker, dude.
He did. He SA'd him so hard, he gave up the persona. He gave up a baddie.
Dude, Batman, all this time, he's like, I can't stop him without killing him. Yes, you can, Batman.
Dude,
you gotta take your Batarang and you gotta put it somewhere real spicy.
Yeah,
you don't mean.
Yeah, where the fuck's Batman through all this bullshit? He's gonna let the courthouse get blown up. He's
a little boy.
Bruce Wayne is a little boy. He's the one.
We see him in the first movie.
Right.
Arthur put his fingers in his mouth and did this.
He said, "You're my brother."
Yeah. God, this is ass. This movie sucks. I can't
wait for the Joker 3 though. You know.
I'm glad that the Joker 3 is going to have the actual Joker in it.
Dude, when Disney gets the rights, it's going to be crazy.
It kind of will be. We're going to have a Spider-Man No Way Home, but for Jokers. They're going to bring old boy back to life and everything, dude. They're going to... Oh, man. The hype is real.
I mean, he could even still be alive. Like, dude...
He could. Bring him back.
Yeah, he didn't get shanked that many times.
Eric, he stabbed him 15 times.
Dude, but people, it depends what kind of shiv he had, dude. There's been people that have been stabbed 97 times, but it's like a needle, so like you're bleeding, but it's not deep enough.
That's the Joker,
he got
baby.
him with a knife. The way he was thrusting.
He got him like this, and he probably turned it a little bit when he pulled it out.
He hit him with the wet.
It was fast.
Yeah.
I was so shocked. And then as he went down, it's like panning out, and I'm like, damn, it'd be really fucking cool if, and then he takes the knife to his face, and I was like, oh my God, they did it. Oh,
yeah.
They started laughing all crazy.
Dude, he started Joker laughing, and I was like, finally, the Joker in the Joker movie.
It's gonna be some Halloween stuff where it's like, no, the curse just went and said, "Oh boy."
Yeah. Curse of the Flex. It's the Flex curse. All right, fellas, we're at 25 minutes. That means I'm gonna need Eric's rating for Joker 2.
You know, I was gonna give it a 3, but I think I'll give it a 4.
What? Talking about it raised it? Dang.
Yeah.
Opposite for me.
You know, I was gonna give it a 4 before you said anything, and I'll still stick with a 4, even though I mean, this movie's just boring. It kind of sucks. It's below average for sure.
You know what?
Yeah.
A little while ago, a couple hundred episodes ago, I distinctly remember James talking about how we don't use the bottom half of the board.
100%.
And I was going to give this movie a 5 because I did like some parts of it. I hated some other parts. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to use the bottom half of the board. I'm giving this movie a 2. Fuck it.
I respect it.
This movie is so not fun.
I thought you were going to do a 4.
Nope. This movie's a 2. This movie and the second Friday the 13th are about the same amount of boring to me.
I think this movie deserves an average of a 3, to be honest. I think it's bad.
Mean, it got a sooner or later average of a 3.33 repeating. I don't know. I think it's pretty high. It has
a little bit on it where I'm not going to give it a 0, 1, or a 2.
Yeah, it has a 30% on Ryan and on Letterboxd at 2.5.
Oh my God, Letterboxd hates this movie.
That's crazy. Normally we're a little high then.
Yeah. I feel like we usually are a little high on movies though. I'm the only one that's average here for once in my fucking life.
I did like a lot of the courtroom stuff though. Like I generally was like, this is decent.
Like, you know what?
Only decent.
The only reason this movie isn't a 0 is because that Harley Quinn outfit was hot, bro. That suit jacket with the diamonds in it was hot. I was like, damn, that's sick. And then she lied about being pregnant, so she's a fucking dumb B word. All right,
they didn't really do anything with her.
They didn't do anything with her. And then they made him like swoon after her, which I was like, this isn't very Joker, baby, to me. The Joker doesn't swoon after Harley Quinn. He uses and abuses. Nah. That's the Joker I want to see.
Someone on Letterboxd said La La Land for couples who match each other's freak.
Oh, I wish it was that. I would have been in if it was that. All right, I'm ending this now. Joker 2. It was scarily bad for this Halloween season. Tune in next time. We're going to start talking about horror movie idols. So the next movie is going to be about Jeepers Creepers. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on everything. TikTok, Instagram. Watch all of our YouTube shorts, like the one that we linked in the Just Chatting that's coming out later this week. And until the next time, we love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
See you.